Hello everyone. So something quite amusing happened in the past few days, and it once again involves the world's richest and cringiest man, the great Elon Musk. Let's set the stage here first. So over the weekend, Rockstar Games, one of the biggest and most popular game developers in the industry, announced that they were going to finally release the trailer for the highly anticipated next installment of their wildly successful series, Grand Theft Auto, on Tuesday, December 5th. They made the announcement on Twitter, which led Elon Musk's top minion, so-called Twitter CEO, Linda Yaccarino, to encourage Rockstar to release the trailer on Twitter. Unfortunately for Yaccarino, Rockstar decided to release the trailer for GTA6 on YouTube instead. Musk, being the very understanding and thick-skinned person we all know and love, didn't take this slight too well. For starters, Elon got so butthurt that he tried to limit the trailer's reach. But while that type of pettiness wasn't really surprising, Elon would continue his assault against Rockstar in a far more hilarious way. You see, some guy named @KettlebellLife tweeted out a list of games that he hadn't played, which were GTA 1 through 6. And Elon responded to this tweet by saying the following: "Tried, but didn't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it." Masterful opinion, sir. As a wise man once said, conservatism truly is the new punk rock. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like the idea of doing crime in a game entitled Grand Theft Auto? What did he think the purpose of the game was? To capture the people who committed Grand Theft Auto or something? Of course, the real reason that he said what he said is because he was so butthurt by what Rockstar did. My guess is that he wanted to lash out even harsher than this, but possibly held back his anger because even he knows how popular the GTA series is. So he came up with the most mealy-mouthed, pathetic way to criticize the game, without angering too many people who might normally be on his side. So he figured the best way to do so was to invoke #BlueLivesMatter to virtue signal to all his right-wing GTA fans. But the fun doesn't end there, because his Twitter thread continued being even more sad and pathetic than it already was, when Miles Cheong, one of Elon Musk's top reply guys, decided to chime in as well with this incredible comment. "I'm glad shooting cops in Cyberpunk 2077 is completely optional. Never finished GTA 5 either." While this was funny and sad on its own already, things would get even better when Community Notes got in on the action and pointed out that Ian used to work for the video game website GameRanks, and no joke, wrote over 255 articles on GTA 5. Absolutely breathtaking, folks. 255 articles? I can't even comprehend the idea of writing that many articles even for whatever might be my absolute favorite thing on the planet. But somehow Ian managed to churn out literally thousands of lines of content for GTA 5? It's almost psychopathic in my opinion. And that's while pretending he was utterly offended by the game the entire time. But what this also shows is that IMC, just like his daddy Elon, is a poser through and through, and like a parasite, will just latch onto whatever is popular and convenient at any given time. However, fortunately for Elon, he was able to get some backup by some marginally less embarrassing people. Yes, the top G himself, Andrew Tate, and his brother, Tristan, decided to chime in on the subject as well.
New GTA 6 is out. Have you ever played any GTA? This is a genuine question. I've never played any of them.
I believe that I played the first one. That's like a top-down, bird's-eye view kind of 2D game without any real graphic violence back when I was maybe 10 or 11 or 12, whenever it came out. I do recall that. But you know what? I want to speak about GTA 6 while you're on the topic, because now we're actually talking about something that's relatively important. Video games aren't necessarily evil. But, you know, I remember when video games, because I'm very old, I'm an old man. I remember you used to play a little man in a red hat trying to rescue a princess and teaming up with your brother. Now, if rescuing purity from evil while teaming up for your brother isn't a good theme of a video game, then I don't really know what is. I'm not a fan of anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police officers. I just don't think that's good for society. With all the amazing graphics and engines and whatever people put into these video games, I feel like you could create a better objective with the game, you know? Maybe you are the police officer.
Man, this is just too good to be true. What else can be said at this point? The very same group of people who have been whining about how soft everybody is nowadays come out to wag their fingers disapprovingly over video games that have hurt their delicate sensibilities. I'm totally fine with beating up random hookers, but I strongly disagree and draw the line at disrespecting our brave heroes in law enforcement. There have been a lot of people replying to these tweets, mostly fellow right-leaning people who have been saying that these guys have turned into the SJWs that they've hated all along. Of course, that's not exactly accurate, because these guys have always been exactly the same kind of people since the beginning. Conservatives have always complained about video games that did things they disapprove of, and the GTA series has been at the top of the list since at least GTA 3. Hell, I'm old enough to remember the infamous hot coffee mod incident after GTA San Andreas was released all the way back in the mid-2000s. And of course, here we are 20 odd years later with conservatives rediscovering their hatred for that series. Look, if these guys want to attack one of the most popular video game franchises of all time, I'm more than happy to allow them to let loose. After all, doing such a thing will no doubt cause some schisms within that crowd. Though while I'm sure there's going to be a lot of bitching, it's probably not going to make much of a dent. This isn't a Bud Light type situation. It would be like going after Infinity War or Endgame. It goes beyond some asinine culture war target. GTA is practically a force of nature at this point. You ain't gonna win this battle, guys. But again, by all means, feel free to try. But anyways, let's finish this video off by going through some of the best dunks on these clowns from Twitter. Let's start off with the ones directed towards Elon. You might like this game. It's about being gay. They're pixels, dog. I don't like doing crime MFers when their homie invites them to the pedophile gala. Elon 3 minutes into the prologue mission when the cops show up. The fine folks at the Opera browser said, Cop NPC 12 got them like this. Nicely done. But you still support our war crimes, right? Why would you buy a game called Grand Theft Auto and expect not to shoot at cops? LOL. Good question, Mudahar. Now for a few directed at IMC. Little bro wants to be an American so bad that he can't break the law in a video game. Mudahar again. Did you forget the part where you nuke a city and kill innocent people and cops? Or did you not play Cyberpunk for longer than an hour? The fine folks at Opera, once again. You have never experienced the joy of outrunning the police with 5 stars, and it shows. And some for the Tate Brothers. Weird how they became the soft ones. They were always the soft ones, Monsieur Goose. GTA is literally a satire of everything wrong nowadays. If it really hurts your feelings so much, you are probably the people they make fun of, LOL. You need to escape the Matrix by bootlicking cops and buying overpriced consumerist garbage. Human traffickers supporting the blue is hilarious. The Tate Brothers are a land of contrasts. Not exaggerating when I say harping on this point might cost him like 90% of his audience. Allah willing, friendo. Allah willing. What is going on with these Enter the Matrix types, slowly turning into Tipper Gore and getting panicky about video games not respecting the police enough? It's incredibly ironic that 2 brothers that quite literally tailored their entire online persona as though they are GTA side characters, taking a stance against the game like they're Hillary Rodham Clinton in 2005. Andrew Tate trying to stop people from playing a game where you abuse and torture prostitutes is like Disney trying to extend their copyright on Mickey Mouse for another 5 years. So funny that when it really comes down to it, the so-called based epic alpha trads have the politics of a scared satanic panic church mom. Alright, and to finish things off, we have Charlie, aka Moist Critical, saying, "This is the most pathetic thing I've ever read on here." And lastly, the great Christy Yamaguchi Mane. The blue whale's vagina is now the second biggest pussy in the world, behind you 3. And I'd say that's a perfect spot to end this video. Alright folks, take care. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. And if you can, please donate to my Patreon. Thanks.